Ever since I was young, I've always had that curiosity to really see how something works. Today on Ricksaw, I'm going to take you on a journey as we take apart my track saw and take a look at really what's going on under the hood. I ran into a situation the other day where I was cutting some of these French cleat panels and I noticed something a little bit with the saw. Now, this definitely could be user error, but I want to investigate it together with you. So let's go over to the workbench and take a look at the track saw and really get a sense of what's going on under the hood. All right, so here we are at the track saw. I'm going to go ahead and put this in the lock mode. It's a depressed lever here and then a switch that I pull over, and then this will lock the shaft so we can take out the blade. I also want to take off the cover, and the battery is disconnected. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and do that now. Okay, so you can see the wrench location there. Now, one of the benefits of this particular track saw is the wrench is located in the top handle right here. So we'll take that out and we'll go ahead and undo the top. All right, top is ready to come off. Go ahead and remove that. Remove the dust port, set that off to the side. Okay, couple interesting and unique things about this track saw. Not all track saws have a riving knife, and you can clearly see that this is 1.7 millimeter riving knife, okay? That's gonna be important because blade thickness, if I'm cutting in a piece of material and the blade is not thick enough, the riving knife could get pinched or not even go within the groove, okay? This is a fine finish blade that I've installed. Okay, we can see the dust port location, so dust will collect in here, go back, and then this is the dust port extraction here. All right, good feature to have, riving knife, plenty of clearance for the dust, a few obstructions, and it'll come out the side, okay? All right, so I'm gonna depress the lock lever that locks the blade in place. It should click into its pin. Okay, it's clicked in. Now I'm going to go ahead and loosen up the blade. Again, included Allen wrench, super beneficial. All right, so loosen that up. Now I don't need to press the lever anymore. All right, so let's go ahead and take this apart. Set that off to the side. Okay, now, as I mentioned, this is an aftermarket blade. And I'm pretty sure I see my issue right out of the gate here. And I'll do a comparison because I do have the factory blade right here. So I'll go ahead and switch these out on camera so you can see what it actually looks like. And let me also bring you in for a closer look so you can see what I'm talking about. All right, so I've got you in for a closer look here. And what I'm noticing is that this particular blade that I've put on here has a diamond pattern, okay? But the registration plate for the track saw is actually a circle. And if you look at the bottom, you can see small gaps on each side, okay? This may not be a serious issue, but I think what's gonna happen is if the blade is off center, so if this is tracking a little bit lower, this piece down here, when the blade's down, it's going to register deeper than this side. And it could get off balance, okay? And so you can see how much play is in there, both up and down and side to side. And so I wonder if that means I need to think about getting a different blade for this particular track saw, okay? Now let me show you what the factory blade looks like, okay? Before we do that though, I want to tell you a little bit about this registration plate. There's a little bit of a taper here. Okay, it's a little bit of a taper so that once it fits on the circle, it will then slide into place and register cleanly. You can see that once I put the factory blade on, There is a little bit of play, but not as significant as the aftermarket blade. Okay. All right, so put down in the comments if you've ever experienced something like this before and how you handled it. Do I need to get a new blade, or do I just center it to the best of my ability and tighten it down and it should stay? I'm really interested in hearing what others have to say because, you know, blades aren't cheap. And so if I need to get a new one, you know, I'll do that for safety, but let me know if I can reuse the one that I have, right? For now, what I'll do is I'll go with the factory blade and keep that on there for now. Tighten that up. But pretty interesting that there's that much play in the aftermarket blade. Maybe I bought the wrong one. I know this is a, see, it's a 6.5 inch 40 tooth finished plywood blade. Okay, so this is a 6.5 inch blade, and then the aftermarket one was a 6.5 inch plywood finish blade. I do a lot of plywood cutting with my track saw, and so I wanted to get a nice finish blade for it. All right, let me go ahead and tighten this down, factory blade, and we'll get this put back together. Don't forget the dust port. We'll unlock the blade, put it in its regular position, and reinsert our included Allen key. All right, there you have it, folks. A quick look under the hood at my track saw to see what was really going on with it. If you wouldn't mind putting down in the comments if you've ever experienced this issue and if it's a concern. I'm really interested to hear what others have to say. Do I need to get a new blade, or am I okay to use my current finished plywood blade and just center it to the best of my ability and crank it down? All right, stay tuned for the continuation of our workshop upgrade series. We've got a lot going on, and I hope to see you back here soon. Thanks for watching.